What's up, Aries gang? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That is me. My name is Annie. Let's do your August monthly tarot reading. The first, I'm going to say 2/3 is going to be career and finances. I only do career and finances once a month. So the very end of this video, the tail end, will have love messages. But I do pretty much weekly love messages. So if you're looking for more on love, certainly check out some of the past videos I've posted. There's no timestamp to when there's good, when they are relevant or good. The messages are evergreen, as we say. All right. I hope this video finds you well. Guys, Ace of Pentacles is back. I believe she's an Aries. She's your people, right? I love her. I'm so happy that she posted some new videos, some new tarot readings on YouTube. So by no means I'm not necessarily being, coerced to endorse her by any means. I just love her channel. I love her messages. She's such a beautiful tarot reader. So I believe she is an Aries, which is why I think I felt called to mention it here on your video. But anyway, check her out. She's amazing, fantastic. If she's watching my channel, hi Ace. I doubt it, but yay, you never know, right? Anyway, what's up? Let's do some messages for career. You're showing up as the Emperor. I love it. Messages for career, money, finance. We'll take one more. All right, let's hop in. So bottom of your deck here is, okay, so 8 of Cups is walking away from something if it is not fulfilling you emotionally anymore. I suppose it could be not filling your pocket anymore, too, if you're feeling like you're at a crossroads of, my heart isn't in this and it's not really paying me what I deserve. Some of you may be thinking about leaving, but you have something to celebrate coming in. Maybe it's celebrating detaching from something that isn't bringing you pleasure or happiness anymore. For some of you, it's waiting for the right time to leave a house, to leave an apartment. It could be that you're kind of gathering up stuff and you're doing an assessment of, do I need this? As Marie Kondo says, does it bring me joy? Does it spark joy, right? So yeah, some of you, especially if you are moving houses, especially if you're waiting on word of a deal going through or a contract or something, that looks very positive for you. And yeah, I mean, first card out in your spread here is 3 of Cups, which is reunions and celebrations, socialization. So if nothing else, getting together with your friends and tossing back a few beers, Aries. No, but for a lot of you, it's celebrating something with money. Queen of Pentacles and again, the Emperor, 2 very, very strong money cards. And yeah, I just keep wanting to say reason to celebrate, reason to celebrate. So tell me more about that, Spirit. And it might involve a reason to celebrate after a couple flops, after a couple disappointments or a lackluster offer. I don't know if you're working with clients, with candidates, or I don't know, maybe catching some flops in your net. Does that make sense? Especially if you're putting out job resumes. You may have gotten callbacks from the ones that you were like, I just kind of did it to put my name out there, but it's not something you wanted. There is a contract coming through. It feels like someone's going to fight for you, Aries. Someone's very excited to have you on their team. Knight of Swords, it's like, it can be a little bit cutthroat, but something about this, because you're presenting as the Emperor, this seems like a contract that really wants you to sign the deal. So with that, I will say, make sure someone isn't rushing the process. Make sure somebody isn't putting you kind of under pressure or under the gun to sign something, especially if it is some sort of long-term commitment. The thing is, I do think this opportunity would make you very happy. You see a great amount of growth and potential and money tied to it. But yeah, there's something about the energy coming through that they want you very quickly and very fast. So just make sure that you're asking your worth, because that may be something you've struggled with in the past, is not advocating the dollar amount that you truly want or desire. And to that, I would say, there's no harm asking for it. It doesn't mean you're going to get it, but it seems like this person, the person who's wanting you for a job or even a project, right? Even if it's not a new job, whatever this new assignment or this new opportunity, let's call it that, is, there's a fast pace and a fast timeline to it, which, maybe that's good. Maybe you're ready to, jump into this next thing immediately. But because it's being shown next to the contract, this is saying to me, be very careful with any deal you sign. It's not saying don't, it's just saying read it very carefully. Someone may be trying to rush something so that you don't see a detail of something, or what is a good, pull a fast one on you. That's sort of what I'm getting. I don't think you would be getting into something that is a nightmare. you just might get ahead of yourselves. Yeah, there's a need for calm, calm and peace of mind, not making a decision out of a rash or harsh decision, not making something out of sort of like an upset emotion. There needs to be like peace and a calmness of mind and a calmness in your emotion when you go through this. So in a sense, sometimes the Queen of Cups for me can be a card of needing patience, right? Rather than being all moody of like, I want it now and it's not working out. It's just like, okay, this is where I am. This is what the universe wants me to see about this. It's like, let the information wash over you. That's sort of what I'm getting. Don't rush into some sort of contract, particularly if you're dealing, even if it's just like an interaction with a vendor or a client of yours, right? Maybe you're selling something to them and it's almost like they're really pressuring you for an answer, or really pressuring you to, I don't know if it's lower the cost of your product or make some sort of special circumstance, but yeah, for most of you, it's not advising that you do that. Tell me about this Three of Cups. What are we celebrating here? For some of you, there's going to be a creative collaboration. It could be with another Aries. It could also be with an Earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, a celebration with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And again, an Aries, too. You have your card showing up twice here. Really beautiful. Aries is who we're going to be celebrating, though. So I mean, it's not really your birthday season. So what are we celebrating? And I don't really have any timestamps in terms of like Leo season or Cancer season or Virgo season. Not yet, anyway. So that's sort of like the 3-month projection of like, past, present, future. I have some potential Libra energy showing up, which is your divine counterpart. This can sometimes be marriage contracts. I suppose that's what this could be. And it doesn't have to involve you. It could be someone in your network. Maybe you have a coworker celebrating a big milestone and, maybe you're going to get to party with them, right? It could be something like that. Very positive cards, though. So let me ask about this Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, again, something, a bolt, the tortoise and the hare, if you will. The hare here, it's racing, it's running towards it, but that is the opposite of earth energy. Earth energy is slow to develop, slow to progress. So yeah, it's saying just like cool your jets a little bit. And maybe that's a message for whoever you're working with too. If you're in a partnership, you could be working with a partner who, I think they're reliable, I think they're a good partner, but they tend to rush the process or say things very, they have like emotional triggers. It's like when they want something, they jump at it, but the universe is saying, use your mind, use your logic, use your good judgment, right? Libra, balancing out the scales. Equilibrium is important. Something about a Gemini might be important here too. So there's multiple avenues of money. This is almost saying to me, because Aries is showing up twice, it absolutely is possible. Some of you might be working with an Aries. This message may still resonate for those as well, even if you are dealing with an Aries. There's a dual side of Aries personality here, so it could even indicate that you have your main, 9 to 5, for lack of a better term, your main source of income, we'll call it that. There may be an option to have a second stream of income, and the universe is trying to make you aware of it. And it may involve working with your family, specifically a mother or a brother. There may actually be 2 more opportunities for streams of income. It's being shown with 2 of Wands, so this way or that way. The traditional route versus more the untraditional route. There's movement in your money with the Knight of Pentacles, so again, very positive message. You may be taking your money to new lands, right? On travel opportunities, or, creating a business or going to see potential clients in other areas that would involve you to travel. Again, something with real estate or the home. This is a card of like, looking over the land, looking over the kingdom. So that, again, something about moving a house, or that might be something you do professionally. Do you flip houses? Do you move houses? Yeah, and so there will be movement and action, but it's noting you don't need to take crazy speed with this. Let it develop organically, but by all means, if an opportunity presents itself, jump on it. Don't just stand there contemplating and thinking about it. This ultimately is your card, Aries, right? And it is action with Wands. It's forward movement. It's finding what about this deal or this project or this person, what really inspires you and motivates you to want to grow and build. For some of you, there needs to be finding the silver lining in an opportunity that you may be feeling like right now it's lackluster, but there's something positive for Aries coming in that opportunity. And again, a crossroads too. So maybe it's a choice, maybe it's a decision, but I have to be honest, for a lot of you, it's the merging of two, or the or participating in both. Again, if it's two different jobs or two different streams of income, that's very important. I keep hearing that. Yeah, there is a lot of like mother-father energy here too. So maybe you're, metaphorically, you work with children and you're like in a mother or a father role. It could certainly be something with a more spiritual or religious connotation, Mother Mary, or, father as in, a priest or something like that, right? Yeah, so if for some reason you get the boot, or I don't know how else to say it, right? If you get fired, I don't really see that for most of you. The only reason I am mentioning it is because if for some, I'm even going to say if you're put into a state of hardship, or there's unexpected surprises, unanticipated loss of income, or struggling with money, it could be your spouse, right? Particularly if you're married to an Aries, right? Maybe somebody ends up struggling with their money, or money becomes very restrained or tight. A couple things, you're going through it with someone else, so that even if you're single, right, it says that there's partnership here of someone who can help you coast through, or someone who will help you get to the point where you can rebuild your income and get to a stable amount. That's what I mean. It doesn't have to be your entire job. It could be just a deal that doesn't go through. Something about a loss of money and then needing to rebuild or recuperate from that. It's saying you're not in it alone. You have multiple cards indicating you have a team surrounding you. It could be your spirit guides, right? But not only that, there's other opportunities. There's multiple opportunities. So, on the off chance that somebody does experience a layoff or something of that sort, don't get too in your head of, oh my God, this is the end of my life and what am I going to do? And I don't mean to be unsympathetic, but this is saying, raise your vibration quickly to start being like, okay, well, where can I rebuild from this, or where can I go next? The universe has multiple routes for you to take, and this is saying to me there is no bad route. You have Knight of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles on either side of this decision or this option. So again, it could be a merging of two things that you love to do that are quite lucrative. There's reason to celebrate, Aries. You are the emperor, right? This is involving you and some sort of celebration, some sort of freedom. So for some of you, it could even be, and I'm not trying to make this your story. By all means, if it's not, release that message, right? But if there's a layoff, in a sense, some of you may realize, oh, thank God I'm free from that job. Like, I hated it. And so it's almost like the universe is preparing you to make room for streams of income that you're much more passionate about. It's potentially leaving one wand, one job, one career behind to go after and pursue the one in your dreams. It's like you hold the world in your hand, but you haven't necessarily taken the steps to go after that and make that dream, that vision a reality in terms of being able to make money from it. So that seems to be like a direction that the universe is pushing you towards, especially any type of career involving healing, artistic or creative endeavors, and you could do something like art therapy, right? A merging of the two. That's sort of what I mean. And obviously that's not everybody's message, but that's what I mean. It's taking one thing you're good at and maybe one thing that you're passionate about, merging them together so that it's not only a job that brings you money, but it's a job that you enjoy that can also provide you that nice income. And so maybe that's what this is. It's a flop. There's an element of disappointment here, but it's only a page. So that's what I mean. If there is a layoff, it would be from a job that you're really not all that invested in anyway. And it's saying it's like get it out of the way. It's like throw the dead fish out of the cup. Let's start fresh. Let's start new. Again, a career of healing and creativity and humor, comedy. So maybe you're a writer and you write, I don't know, maybe you do stand-up. Maybe you're writing a comedy one-act show or something. You know what I mean? Something about comedy is very important, or dressing up the way you something maybe involving fashion or any type of creative career, something where you can use your skills as being empathic or compassionate. In fact, that may be something Spirit is trying to draw you more out of you. It could be that in the past you've held back on your emotion. Yeah, and the universe is saying tap into that. You have a lot of emotion, but you don't always wear it on your sleeve. You may be getting into a career that especially a spiritual or a medical career for some of you, that requires you to be much more compassionate, to be much more sympathetic, to think not only of your own cup, but to think of others, especially with children too. Some of you may have a career that involves working with children or people who are childlike. It could be people who are healing from their own battles and wounds, and so it's like they have the sensitivity of a child. That could be you, but it may also have to do with a client that you're going to work with. Even if that has nothing to do with your career, you may stumble upon some sort of friendship that was written in the stars. It was like a twin flame. It could be a relationship, but it could also be a friendship where there's beautiful chance at collaboration, but you're going to learn something from this person because you guys view the world or operate in a very different way. But it's very, I heard simpatico. It's like the yin to your yang, fire and water, opposites. There's a merging or a blending of opposites. I'm being called to note temperance, which is again a card of like self-healing, but also spiritual healing, bringing together fire and water and merging the cups, bringing them together. That to me sometimes in a career spread can also be a card of mixing up the ingredients. So in terms of like my chefs, my bakers, my cooks, my people who are interested in the culinary arts, right? Yeah, for some of you. Some of you may be being released from, I don't know if it's jail or prison. It doesn't have to be that, but that's a metaphor, right? Released from, again, a job that was suffocating or felt like it kept you behind prison bars. You're being released out into the world to go make good on your life or make good on your time here on earth, your spiritual path. You're sitting on an empire. So if you're currently struggling with money, and even if you're not relating to this message, at minimum it's saying, if money is tight, if you're struggling, what comes after this is the Six of Pentacles, which is reciprocity, getting the money back for all the effort you're putting out. So one thing, if you're not putting in any effort, if you're not looking for new avenues of income, it's not going to come to you. It's, don't sit on your ass and do nothing, right? And I know that's a tough love message, but it's also saying this is not going to be your state much longer because you're already building something, or at least considering it. Again, maybe it's just finding that motivation to go out and do it this time, but for most of my Aries, you are building something either on the sidelines or in the background, slowly but surely. For a lot of you, theater and stage work could be important. Putting on shows or comedy troupes or whatever that is. For a lot of you, performances is going to be important, or it's just something you're passionate about. Again, universe is saying, could this be lucrative? Can you build your own business and be an independent, whatever, a contractor, but maybe you want to be in commercials. Maybe you want to be an actor or an actress. I mean, with these cards coming up, I would say go for it. Follow your dreams. You have reason to celebrate. You may just take that risk to move forward of a scary audition that maybe you're dreading and you're already thinking, oh, they're never going to take me. Well, for a lot of you, they do. I don't know how else to say it, You make an offer and they make an offer right back to you. There's an exchange of money, especially with a Capricorn. And then there's 2 children coming up here. So I don't know if you have 2 children or maybe you grew up in a household where there were 2 children. Potentially a collaboration, again, very opposites. Fire and water, but beautiful. Could absolutely work very well together. You're going to learn things from each other. And it doesn't have to be a sibling, but almost in metaphor, it's like your brother. They're your sister. Brotherhood, sisterhood, I'm being called to say. You may form some sort of club or commune, I heard. But I don't know, one of you has trust issues, and it's because you carry a lot of pain around from your childhood or from an experience that happened in the past. If this has to do with your career, you may be apprehensive to take a risk because you may have done it in the past. And so it's like, oh, well, I made that mistake once. I'm not wanting to do it again. Universe is saying with holding on to that mentality of I'm never going to take a risk again, you're robbing yourselves of beautiful opportunities because what you don't realize is you had to go through that loss, that hardship. And maybe some of you have already gone through this, very possible, and you're still rebuilding from it. It's saying by keeping this mentality of, oh, I'm never going to try that again, or I tried it once and it didn't work out. I'm going to keep with my metaphor here. I went on that audition and they told me I was terrible and the worst audition of the day and whatever. They beat you up about it. You're robbing yourself of opportunities by holding on to that mental baggage. That was a one singular independent experience and it served you. You were destined to go through that, but it's so you could build upon it the next time. You walk away with the lessons and you're automatically going to do it different the next time. because you went through sort of a rough patch with the first time around. Pages, it's not brand new. It's not brand new. This is someone you already know, or an opportunity you've already dabbled with, some sort of career you've always been interested in but never fully gone for it. A lot of you are going to do it this time, and you're going to get a nudge in the right direction from someone who's a part of your soul tribe, potentially a best friend or a sibling. Or again, careers working with children. A lot of children who feel like they have to hide or suppress their emotion, you allow them to bring these things up into the surface. I gave the same message to Leo. Children who grew up in a house where they were either underprivileged or, this is a tough message, but victims of abuse. People whose innocence in any sort of sense was stolen from them or robbed from them, or they felt like they had to suppress their ability to love freely and explore the world and view the world as a wonderful place the way a child would. Some of these people, it's like that was stolen from them. Even if it wasn't an abuse situation, there was something about their experience where they had to step up very quickly and be an adult, be very independent, be very proactive. Maybe they lost a very crucial figure in their life very early on, a mother, a father, a grandmother. And something about that, I don't know if even they're conscious of this, but essentially it's like the universe is saying to me, it's like they were robbed of something that they were supposed to appreciate and enjoy and learn from. And because it's like a missing piece in their life, there's something about their relationship with you. You help to repair that missing piece of the puzzle in some sense, even if it's just giving them some sort of knowledge or again, empathy, some sort of compassion that maybe they didn't receive as a child. You're helping to right the wrong. You're bringing justice to a situation. You may work in the legal system, right? Or any sort of government job, right? With this chart, this card coming up. Maybe a judge, right? Or maybe you're helping to make judgment calls on, I don't know, helping people to better their life. You could be a life coach or something. It's like, people bow down before you, Aries, because they want your advice. They want your guidance. They want your intelligence, right? Some of you may be going back to school to pursue a degree in law or legal matters. Some of you may literally have a court case. If that's the case, what can I tell my Aries going through some sort of court case right now? The Empress. It looks favorable. Money looks favorable with the Empress. Absolutely. So more Libra energy. A lot of Libra energy here. So again, that may be strong in your chart. Maybe you have a moon in Libra or something like that. Or you could be collaborating with a Libra. There's also some Taurus energy here. We did say that earlier with Queen of Pentacles. So particularly a female Taurus, though it doesn't have to be. Yeah, and some of you are going to work with the stars, with the planets. Some of you are seers, are very interested in astrology. Again, even if it's not your career, you may learn something by reading up more on your birth chart. In career and finances, I always say check out where your midheaven is. That's very helpful because it's almost like your God-given gifts or talents. It essentially directly correlates to your midheaven. It helps you understand the way you grew up and how you perceive things, and it can be eye-opening to many people. So at minimum, just casual reading, right? If you're at all interested in astrology and how that impacts your career, look up your midheaven, and of course where your 10th placement is, right? Capricorn, all that stuff tied to Capricorn in your 10th house. That's going to be important for you as well. So yeah, someone's being put away. I got that message of jail earlier and I didn't know what to do with it. So maybe that's something you do. Maybe you're a policeman. Maybe you work in law enforcement. Anything involving law and order, right? Dun dun. That's so funny. Putting people behind bars who should be kept away. Again, righting the wrong of an injustice done to a child or someone who wasn't. It could even be helping someone who is mentally incapable, or I don't know how else to say it, but who has the mind of a child or who isn't as developed mentally as others. You may be helping bring justice to those people, particularly if, something about blocking those who have harmed those people in the past. Like working with handicapped children or something like that, right? You're allowing other people to set themselves free from their own mental prison or anything that's kept other people back. Again, a lot of kind of like life coach energy here for my Aries. It's the dawning of a new day. You're allowing them to see the sunshine for the first time. Some of you may literally work with prisoners, or a Libra in your life may do that. But it would be like bringing justice and what is that term? Criminal justice, something like that. So the Empress again. Look at this. You had 4 major arcana fall out. Bing, bang, boom. These are huge. So something about this contract is huge. Again, it could be with a Taurus or a Libra. It may have to do with the whole jail scenario. It might be bringing justice to whatever situation it is. There's money attached to it. Double Empress. Again, with your twin flames, some of you may end up, you have Emperor and Empress twice. Some of you are going to form a business with your husband or your wife, your partner, right? It could even be your best friend. It's a divine pairing, not because it has to be like a sexual relationship, but again, it's like this relationship was written in the stars. For a lot of you, I am being called to say something with children too. I mean, you literally have mother, father, and 2 children. That might be a vendor or a client you're working with. It could be your best friend's family coming through here. Something about that is going to be significant in your career. And, these are messages the universe wants you to hear in August. It doesn't mean it's all going to be manifested. That timeline is very personal. That's entirely up to you. But you have very strong cards. I mean, in your career and finances, Emperor and Empress are coming out twice. That's fantastic. The only card I'm weary of is this. So again, it could be a layoff for a few of you. It's not going to be for everyone. This is a card just saying it's tough times. And yeah, it is for everyone, right? It's a pandemic, right? So even if this isn't literally your money, it could just be how you're feeling. It could be that your body just needs a rest. It could be that your body is tired. It could be that this is literally a card of isolation, right? Out in the middle of the snowstorm with no one around. But you and your significant other, right? This can be a card of feeling isolated, wanting to go out and hang with your friends. Well, that's coming through somehow. So, I mean, everybody is doing what they need to do to be safe, right? So even if that means doing a FaceTime call with your 3 best friends, that would be worth it. That would be good for your mental health and your emotional health. So then you have a Cancer who's going to be reaching out to you that you've been waiting on. And it could go vice versa. You may be reaching out to a Cancer that you've been waiting, or that they've been waiting on you. But yeah, there's unfinished business, particularly with a musician, a Cancer or an Aries. Something about this, it may involve a Pisces, a Gemini, or a Virgo as well. But I mean, there's so many zodiac signs coming through here. So that says to me, ultimately, it doesn't really matter who the sign is. Somebody has been waiting on communication from the other person, and that is coming in some way or another. You've been at a standstill. It's like you've both been giving each other the silent treatment, or there just may have been a miscommunication on who was supposed to reach out first. So I will say, with it falling under the Emperor, if this involves a business deal, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? So there might be this thing of, if you go on an interview, you're like, oh, well, the ball's in their court, they'll reach out. I would write that note just to be like, hey, thanks so much for the opportunity, just checking in, let me know if you know what I mean? There's something about you're both waiting on each other. The High Priestess is the silent woman. The Hanged Man is seeing a new perspective on things, taking some time. It's kind of like, I'm just going to peace out and chill for a minute, get my perspective on the situation. It's a rest, right? A card of rest. He makes the upside down 4 with his feet. In between it, though, is like, this card is like shouting at me like, hello, like it's time to communicate. Someone needs to say something. So maybe this just has to do with being in an argument with your spouse, right? If you're both going through a difficult time, maybe it's like, it's almost like universe is trying to get you to see this person is your ally. Why are you giving them the silent treatment? This person could be of help to you, especially emotionally. Cancerian and Pisces energy are coming through here for me. And for some of you who you've been waiting on some sort of contract or callback, again, I think it will be positive. I think you will hear back, but it's been delayed. It might even be another 4 weeks. Yeah, you're Magician. Especially, something involving an opportunity in the kitchen, or a bakery or anything like that, a coffee shop, even if you applied to Starbucks, something about, eating, drinking, restaurant, bars, whatever type of industry that would be, right? The restaurant industry or whatever. You will hear back, but it's been delayed. And it may have to do with the idea of there's been new leadership position taking over, and it's like they had to deal with that first before they reached out to everyone else. But yeah, there is forward movement, especially my Aries. Some of you should buy a bicycle. If you've been thinking about exercising and buying, it could be literally like a machine bicycle, right, for exercise, but just go out in the world, wear your face mask and put on, get on your bicycle and go exercise. Yeah, it's almost like releasing situations you can't control, having faith that what's meant to be yours will come into you. Spending time in nature will be like a spiritual experience for you guys, especially by water too, by bodies of water. It kind of will allow you to kind of hit reset. And yeah, this opportunity to get you out of a hardship, if you've applied for a loan or something like that, money is coming into you. It's slow, right? It's earth energy. It's slow to come in, but it will. But it's almost like the more you sit there waiting, you send that sign to the universe, well, I'm just going to wait, and I'm going to wait, and I'm going to wait. It's like you have to, I know this sounds odd, but it's like you have to assume it's already here and live your life as if it were. Obviously, you probably can't spend all the money you would like to right now, but Ten of Cups, you have good things coming in, and it has to do with an opportunity that you feel like was stolen from you. Maybe it's money that was stolen from you. If that's the case, there's reciprocity coming to you. It's going to come back your way, even if it's from a different person. It's like karmic reciprocity. For others of you, you've been robbing yourself of an opportunity by staying in the status quo, by being very stubborn or headstrong about seeing things from a very narrow perspective. Universe is trying to get you to view something in a different way. For a lot of you, it's a skill or hobby you already have, but you've been like, that would never be my job. I don't even know how to form my own business or something. But bullshit excuses. The universe is trying to get you to see things differently so that you can have your Ten of Cups, so you can have your fairy tale ending. Yeah, I just keep wanting to say a lot of you are robbing yourself of an experience because you're holding yourself back. Let your defenses down. Allow the universe to communicate with you. The High Priestess is the recipient of messages from God, from Source, from Spirit. You don't have to act on them, but opening yourself up, again, going into nature and just relaxing, meditating, hitting reset, it opens you up as a vessel to receive those important messages from communication, particularly a father figure, or a mother figure. If you have a father or a mother who has passed, it's almost like they're your guardian angel and they look over you, and it's like they want you to feel magical again. This is Mercury energy, right? Communications are trying to come to you, but there's something about them you're not seeing or not wanting to hear or denying or refusing or resisting. Stop robbing yourself of the opportunity. You're meant to go, a lot of you are meant to go explore, discover, travel with a Cancer, or I'll say a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Again, your mother is coming through in this spread, and maybe you are the mother, Aries, right? Maybe this has to do with your children again. For a lot of you, photography or painting is very important, or something artistic that you would do with your hands or whatever. Yeah, a lot of you, this is a metaphor for most of you, but it's like you're meant to live a life of like being in the circus. You're meant to travel, you're meant to meet new people, you're meant to do your little fun, again, entertainment industry. I juggle things in the air, I do this, I do that, and then I move on and I do it in another city. Again, my stand-up comedians, are there any stand-up comedians out there? Very, very much like circus life. It's untraditional, it's kind of wacky, it's kind of different, it's kind of funny, Again, there's like such a childlike mentality tied to, I'm going to go to the circus and see the monkeys and eat a candy apple. There's something very innocent and pure about what you do, but it's an untraditional lifestyle, if that makes sense. But there's money to be made there, and I would argue most importantly, you're going to be happy doing it. So that's all the more reason to go after it. All right, Aries, that's what I got for you for career and finances. Shall we switch over to love? Everybody loves love. I love the Ten of Cups is coming up. Beautiful. Tell me about Aries' love life, please. Where are we at? These are going to be short love messages. There's many, many, many love messages on my channel if you're interested. Tell me about Aries' love life, please. Aries in love. All right. Oh, there's a Tower with a Cancer. You have so much Cancerian energy coming through. There could also be a timestamp. We're out of Cancer season now. We are pretty much in Leo season when you watch this. So something major may have gone down in Cancer season where you may have decided to leave your person. This may involve a Scorpio or a Cancer. It doesn't have to. It very likely involved two people, third-party situations is what I'm getting from that, particularly two males. And it could be a same-sex relationship as well. Yeah, you could have had somebody in your life had a tower moment, and now they're coming into you, and it's going to be a victory. And it's like you've stood strong, you've stood on your own 2 feet, and so they may be coming to you for kindness and compassion because they need a little extra cup of love. And yeah, universe is saying this is very positive. It might be a water sign or a Leo. You have 2 aces and it's strong with 2 of cups. Beautiful. So for those who are single and ready to mingle, you have 2 new opportunities coming in. It doesn't mean you're going to act on both of those. It might be someone who, has a crush on you, who's flirting with you, but you're like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. But nonetheless, 2 offers are coming in. And you might be making them as well, too, right? Particularly to a Leo and a Cancer. It's very, very huge. Yeah, for some of my Aries, there was definite third-party situation going on, and an ending is coming to that. So whether you were the one doing it or on the receiving end of being in that third party, that's coming down with the Tower. Universe is saying, yeah, it's time to end that and essentially focus on your own healing and self-growth into the star. So possibly maybe an Aquarius may factor into this in the future, though it certainly doesn't have to. Let's get some more messages for love. Tell me about this Ace of Cups with a Leo. Oh. The Fool. It would be a new beginning. Sorry, it fell off the table. Yeah, a brand new beginning. You probably haven't met this person yet, so a fellow fire sign, right? Or again, it could be a timestamp of Leo season. You have new love in, and it's going to feel like freedom. It's going to feel like, this is fun and new. Again, honoring your inner child, childlike excitement, and look, someone you meet on the stage, in the spotlight. Somebody may go to see your show or your performance, or maybe if you're a photographer, they're reaching out to you because they need some headshots, right? There's something, someone who's involved in the entertainment industry, even if it's not you. Yeah, and then 8 of Cups. That's what I'm getting with this. It's time to move on. They know it's time to move on. This was never destined to be long-term. It was a karmic relationship. You learned something from it. Doesn't mean it couldn't circle back around in the future, but right now, that tower is coming down, baby. So you can fight it or you can embrace it, but the universe is saying, nope, not right now. It could be that when you walk away from whoever caused anarchy and chaos in your life, you may have very hot, passionate sex with a Cancer or a Scorpio. That's possible. And then potential new love with a fire sign again, or maybe a Cancer. It could also, again, a Leo. A Leo is coming through here very strong. Yeah, you're going to go down a new road. You're also going to literally be on a road trip with this person, with these 2 cards coming up, or to even, taking a short trip to go see them. It could be a best friend from your past, or just a friend you met and they're like, hey, come hang out with me this weekend. And there's travel involved here and movement, but you may be going on like some sort of couples retreat or meeting up for dinner, but it would be like at a distance. I keep kind of getting road trip from this. It could be that they live at a distance from you. But yeah, when you meet up, so this might be for someone from your past, particularly a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. You pick up right back you pick right up where you left off. It's like no time has passed. You really enjoy each other's company. I like that a lot. Yeah, the Magician. It's sparks are flying, and communication between you is great. It's very masterful, I heard. There's great communication there. Yeah, that seems very positive. Again, a lot of fire energy there, as well as Cancer. The Magician is Virgo and Gemini. I'm not getting that super strong, but that doesn't mean it couldn't be for a few of you out there. An artist, though, who works with their hands, who plays guitar, who molds clay, who does finger painting. Something about that. Somebody who uses their hands a lot to talk, right? Cute. Tell me more, was it love at first sight? So there's going to be a female reaching out to you regarding or involving your love life. So it doesn't have to, whether you're interested in male or females, there's a female reaching out to you to talk about love or to talk about your relationships. It could be your mother giving you advice, right? It doesn't have to be that. For a lot of you, it's a spirit guide. A lot of you are being called to look back into your old journal or your old pieces of writing, or old love letters you wrote, or if you have a box of poetry you wrote about that person you love, you're being asked to go back and look at that. For a lot of you, it's a spirit guide encouraging you. Something you wrote at night in the moonlight by candlelight, something you wrote at night is very significant. The universe is trying to get you to see something about that relationship or about that part of your life. Yeah, for a lot of you, it's someone in the past, Six of Cups. There's cloudedness or there's confusion about that relationship, and it might just be that you don't view it in a romantic sense. It could be a best friend, right, from ages ago that someone's interested. It might be a Virgo. Someone's on the hunt for you. They want to sink their teeth into you. So, I mean, yeah, that's sexual, right? There's like a sexual connotation to that message, but there's also something kind of sneaky about this person, though. So it could be sneaky in that they're coming out of nowhere, but the universe is saying you guys already know who this is. There's someone who likes to, like, prowl. They're on the prowl. They want to sink their teeth into you. It might be a Virgo or a Pisces, but yeah, something about this, the universe is saying with the owls, it's like, be wise. Especially your parents. If your parents aren't in the picture anymore, this sounds like spirit guides. It could be your grandparents, right? It's like, use logic. Go with someone that you want to build a home with, even if that's not really your long-term goal. It's like, okay, there's a message here, like, who would you bring home to mom and dad? Maybe mom and dad had very high, what do you call it? All I can think of is circumstances. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Standards. So that's the thing. You need to choose who you love, but it's saying hold high standards for yourself. Don't give it away for free. A lot of my Aries are, it's something to do with a tomboy. So even in same-sex couples, there's someone who has a more masculine vibe to them. And that could also be an asset for some of my Aries too, even if you felt like, you're not the pretty girl or you're the popular girl or vice versa, whatever. It doesn't matter so much the gender. It's saying that's what this person likes about you, is that you do have more masculine traits, that you're very strong. You hold yourself in, I don't want to say high regard because that sounds egotistical, but again, it's knowing your value. It's knowing your worth as the emperor, right? That's your card. Just one of the guys. If you're a female with a bunch of guys in like I just heard wolf pack. That's funny. In your soul tribe, in your pack of people, there's multiple people coming in to make offers to you. Again, some of those are purely sexual. It's like a sexual conquest. But there is someone here who's pure of heart. Potentially a Taurus, has a lot of romantic feelings for you. Again, it might be someone you collaborate with on a business. A lot of you might be waiting for another Aries to get out of a committed relationship or a marriage, if that's the case. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's like you're going to have to be strong, because if you are waiting for someone to get out of their marriage, I'm not sure they're ready to do that yet. And even if that were the case, there's a message here of if they were to break up with their person and rush into your arms, it would be kind of a rebound situation if they feel like they have something to prove to, get back into bed and prove that they're still, worthy and desirable. It's not to say it could never turn into anything long term, but if that's what you're hoping for, maybe don't jump in as the rebound person. Give that person some time and space to develop their own cup of love, their own confidence, their own strength, so that when they're ready to look for something more romantic, then maybe you can open your world up to them. But yeah, there might be regrets there if you jump into this person, fresh out the gate when they've just gotten out of a marriage. For some of you, it has to do with your Cancer, your Scorpio, who left a relationship and it was like a tragedy, and that could be you too, but the same message goes vice versa. You may have an Aries or a Leo who is interested in you, but if you're fresh out of a relationship and you know that they want long-term commitment, maybe hold back on that for a bit. Yeah, there's going to be an offer from a Capricorn or a Leo for a lot of you, or vice versa. You may make an offer to a Capricorn and a Leo. Someone isn't sure, though. Someone hasn't decided there. The Leo's looking very positive, but then you have Capricorn again. So Capricorn, Leo, something about that for my Aries is going to be significant, but I guess be patient. Someone may throw up their guard or throw up their wall, but it's because they don't want to be vulnerable quite yet. The universe is saying allow them to be single, allow them to come to you, as long as you kind of put out the feelers and the vibes. You can't force it. You just have to have faith that, again, that cup of love will come in when it is supposed to. Messages from an Aries. Absolutely. Aries and Capricorn. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Thank you for joining me today. Please like, share, subscribe. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, Aries.